Welcome back. Daniel and his companions prayed, seeking the mercies of the God of heaven. Nebuchadnezzar had asked his advisors, the wise men, to not only interpret a dream that bothered him, but also to tell him what the dream was. When those who he first summoned, probably the senior advisors, told him that what he asked for was an impossibility, he issued a decree to have them all killed. When Daniel heard of it, he asked Nebuchadnezzar for an opportunity to beseech his God. As we read yesterday in Daniel chapter 2, beginning of verse 17, then Daniel went to his house and made the decision known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions, that they might seek mercies from the God of heaven concerning this secret, so that Daniel and his companions might not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then the secret was revealed to Daniel in a night vision. So Daniel blessed the God of heaven. By faith, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah asked God for the impossible. By faith, they asked God to make known to one of them the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had a few nights prior, and then to know what the dream signified. They clearly believed that there was not anything that was too hard for their God to do. And God answered their prayer. We read, quote, "The secret was revealed to Daniel," end quote. Again, it was not because of Daniel's prowess and ability to read minds, but rather because of the mercy of God. Daniel's first reaction was to bless Yahweh, the God of heaven. I believe that in this answer to prayer, Yahweh was not only revealing himself to Nebuchadnezzar, which we'll consider tomorrow, but also revealing more of himself to Daniel and his friends. Note Daniel's praise that begins in verse 20. Daniel answered and said, "Blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding. He reveals deep and secret things. He knows what is in the darkness, and light dwells with him. I thank you and praise you, O God of my fathers. You have given me wisdom and might, and have now made known to me what we asked of you. For you have made known to us the king's demand." Is it your immediate reaction to give thanks to God for his answer to prayer? I'd like to say that I think of that immediately every time. That needs to be something that becomes our habit. That as we pray and we see God answer, we immediately thank God for that answer. But I'm also impressed by Daniel's second response, his second reaction that comes immediately after this first one. And we read it in verse 24. It says, "Therefore Daniel went to Arioch, whom the king had appointed to destroy the wise men of Babylon. He went and said thus to him, 'Do not destroy the wise men of Babylon. Take me before the king, and I will tell the king the interpretation.'" Daniel was mindful of others. Do you remember back originally when we saw that Daniel came back to tell his companions, it was so they could pray so that they wouldn't be killed along with all the other wise men. But now that they received the response from God, the answer to prayer, immediately after thanking God for the response, Daniel runs to Arioch and tells Arioch to cease killing all the wise men. He intercedes on behalf of these other wise men who probably did not know Yahweh. Yahweh was using Daniel to make him known in a mighty way. Do you think it would get the attention of these other wise men? That all of a sudden the Inquisition, the slaughtering had stopped, that they would ask the question why. And when the answer is revealed, as we'll see tomorrow, that they would get it as well. Jesus said that the greatest commandment was to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And the second was like unto it, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Daniel was modeling these in his prayer and in his life. May we go and do likewise. Take time to pray and have a blessed day.